Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So we are in the middle of winter storm in northern Vietnam. So I have a lot of time in my hands because a lot of classes were cancelled. And I'm hoping everyone is staying safe and staying indoors. So you guys, I decided to do a story time, first time ever. So please bear with me and show me some love, please. So I wanted to talk about the first time I actually went to a hostel, and it was a mixed hostel at that. So just to do that, I want to do with you guys my night routine as well because I just get a shower. So first, I'm gonna use this. And I was actually debating whether to do a whole face of makeup or just my get ready for bed routine. And I decided to just do a get ready for bed routine. I think there's something in my eye. So yeah, and you guys, this is the craziest thing, and part of the reason why I decided I would never ever again book to sleep at a hostel. From that day I decided I would never sleep at a hostel again. So you guys, picture this. I had just flown from Ho Chi Minh City to Hanoi very late. We had gone there for a convention. Those who know. And like everything was closed. There were no buses, no shops, and my only options were one, I wait till the morning and I just sleep at the airport, or option number two, I find a place to crash for the night before heading back to my place. So there's the mirror there, guys. I'm just looking at the mirror. This is niacinamide ordinary. I like it because it helps to fade marks, because sometimes I have breakouts, and this helps a lot. And usually after this I use this. I changed to this. I was using the Garnier vitamin C, but I changed to this one because I couldn't find the Garnier, and I was like, I've used these Japanese products that are very good, but even though they smell weird, so I just put a generous amount into my hand, and then I spread it like that. Then I wait for a minute for it to dry, and then usually if it's during the day, I use, after it dries up, I use this. But because now it's nighttime, I prefer to use bio oil to sleep. And actually I use bio oil for my face and my body, and on my body I use this one. It's really good. And can you see how dark my neck is? I was trying to exfoliate my neck, and right now it burned because it's peeling, and I can actually feel how rough it is. But anyways, I digress. So you guys, I was saying, I also put just a generous amount, and and already I've like moisturized my whole body. I just left my face. Usually I start with my face. I just left my face for the purpose of the video, and then that's it. And then after this I could have applied makeup, but I decided to change my mind. So yeah. Okay, so I went to the Airbnb and I found it online. As soon as I got to Hanoi, I decided let me just get a taxi from Noi Bai airport to go to Hanoi City. And I found a taxi to take me there. I was thinking in my head that even though it's late because it's Hanoi, I'll have something like that will take me to my place, but I was wrong. And I started to look for Airbnbs and I found like this very cute and very famous what do you call this thing? Hostel online. And this hostel was on the famous streets, one of the famous streets, and there were so many foreigners there. It was really cute and stuff. So I won't name it, but when I messaged the guy, I was like, "Hey, I'm so and so, obviously a woman, and I'm looking for a place to crash for the night." And this guy, it was like I messaged him on Zalo, and he said he has a bed, like come through. No one specified that it's a mixed, mind you. Remember this. No one has specified that this is a mixed hostel. So I was tired and naive, and I felt like, okay, cool. Now everything is sorted. That was the biggest mistake of my life, you guys. So I'm drinking matcha latte. My students usually say that. So you guys, you know what happened? The first red flag was that when I got there, the door wasn't even locked. Remember, it was already late. I think it was a few minutes to 12, almost midnight. People kept coming in and out at all hours, and I know Vietnam is relatively safe, but just lock the door. Come on, we're here for safety and stuff. Otherwise, I wouldn't have slept. And I'm using this Nivea original for my lips. It's really good. So that was the first thing that happened, you guys. I was so scared. First of all, that was the first red flag. And then, like a few moments in, there was like, I don't even know where that smell came from. It was like, you guys, it was a combo of sweat, feet, smoke, and steam. I just don't know, but something was in the air and it was so thick. Okay, one thing about the hostel was that they give you like lockers where you can put your bags and feel safe and stuff. That one, props to them. And also, like they have bunk beds in there, like modernized bunk beds. Even then, they like cover up your space. Like you have like curtains that only cover you. You have lights that only light your space, not everyone else's, so that you don't disturb anyone. Like I really like that part. But the fact that I didn't fully realize that there were men in this room until, you guys, I had like two men talking near my bed, and my heart almost flew out of my mouth. I was so terrified. I was so terrified. And by the way, the guy had the bottom part and I had the top part. The only plus of that, the only plus was that there were other people in the room, but I was so terrified because I didn't realize that it would be a mixed room. So, you guys, from that moment I realized I wouldn't sleep. I was thinking of all the terrible things that could go wrong, and I couldn't sleep at all. Yeah. So you guys, here comes the part where I thought I was going to die. And so I was just laying there, not sleeping, just existing. And suddenly I had chanting. I had a very, like, I heard this deep voice just chanting. All I had was like, Samara, Samara, Sanara, Samara, Samara. And I was like, hold up. Is this a summoning ritual? What is this? And I genuinely thought I was going to get sacrificed in Hanoi. Obviously, I know of like scary stories. I'm African, obviously. So my mind quickly ran to that, like, girl, you're getting sacrificed tonight. Like, what is happening? So it's like, what is happening? Imagine hearing those sounds and it's dark. You don't know like what language that is, what it means. Guys, when I tell you I was terrified, I was terrified. And turns out this guy was Muslim and he was praying, but yo, I didn't know. I didn't know. Still, like, I really panicked, you guys. I really panicked. Also, another thing that made me feel so uncomfortable was that the voice, I couldn't even tell if it was a woman or a man, because at first when I started hearing the audio I couldn't tell what is this. Is it like a transgender or whatever? The voice, I couldn't tell. That even made me even more scared. Like I didn't know what to think. Like, what is this? What are they summoning? What is happening? I was so scared. And I didn't sleep a wink. When I tell you I didn't sleep a wink, I didn't. And another thing, like, guys, who raised you? There were people like smoking inside, like full on puff and pass in a shade room. Like, why? We're sharing the room. I truly like didn't get that. And remember, I did tell you that that room was stinking. And then on top of that, add that. And I think they were actually smoking something I cannot even say here. But anyways, that was it. And as soon as like it was sunrise, I jumped out of that bank and grabbed my stuff from the locker, and I took a quick shower. Mind you guys, I took my shoes, obviously lady shoes, and I put them outside of the shower because I didn't want to go back to the room. Like, seriously, I took everything mine so that I would just get dressed and leave. I leave the shoes outside and I put on some slippers to get in the shower and take a shower. Someone has the audacity to knock on the door, and I'm like, this is just, that was the last nail in the coffin. I was like, I am never, ever, ever booking at a hostel again, because for me that was a nightmare. And I don't know why someone just decided to knock on the door. And I've never felt so safe to be outside, because as soon as I finished everything, I just checked out and I was in the streets of Hanoi. I felt so safe. It was very early in the morning and I was like very sleepy as well. So yeah, that was my experience, and part of the reason why I just never want to book at a hostel again. So you guys, do you feel like I'm wrong, like, for saying I'm never booking at a hostel again? Because yes, I'm safe and nothing happened, but I was so terrified, and I never want to relieve that fear, that smell. Everything was just, a combination was terrible for me. It was terrible. So I don't care how cheap hostels are at this point. No, They're not my vibe. Like really, no, no, no. And yeah. So moral of the story is hostels are not for me. And I know people can say it's all for the experience. Like mostly people in Vietnam backpack a lot, so they just need to sleep for a night. I think it's better if when you travel with someone and you can go there for the experience and you're together. But for me, I'll never repeat that experience again. So catch me somewhere safe, somewhere whereby I can lock the door, whereby I know I can I can be the one to let people in and out, and not just because the other scary part was that people kept coming in and out at every hour. Even if you wanted to sleep, you couldn't. Plus, I was terrified, then I couldn't. So it was just a lot. So you guys, can you let me know down in the comments below? Have you ever slept in a hostel, and what was your experience? And are there any horror stories? And maybe you're just like me, and you just want your own love and somewhere silent and peaceful, whereby you know you're safe. So my lovelies, this was my first story time, and I hope you like it. And if you like it and you give this story time some love, I'm gonna vlog, like do more story times, because I have a lot. And subscribe, like and share, and pray that I never do another or book another bad decision again. Bye. Love you.